Welcome to the Elite Life with Trisha and Kylee. This is where we'll teach you how to develop grit, give yourself grace, and succeed in real estate. So let's dive in.
Welcome back to another episode of the Elite Life Podcast. I'm Kylee, and here's Trisha over here. She's incredible and wonderful, and she bought us these great shirts for today's episode. Trish, you want to fill them in on what this shirt is and where it came from?
Yeah, so it says on here, I'm just out here doing all the things.
Philippians 4:13.
Because in the Bible, it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Amen. That's right. That's right.
We can do all the things.
Absolutely. And today we're talking about, there's this whole movement right now, basically by lazy people and losers who are trying to cancel hustle culture, okay? And for those of you who do not know what that is, Trish is going to define it for you.
Hustle culture is people like me.
I feel like, listen, here on Elite Life, I feel like you get the best of both worlds.
You do.
Trisha and I agree on a lot, but like we were talking about before, we also have the same goal of building a legacy, leaving a life that we could be proud of, you know, taking care of our family, being a part of our community, being a part of the solution. So like we both have very common goals, and we both love our families, we have our faith, but we are two very drastically different people.
Yeah, and you know, don't get us wrong. When we start this, don't just turn it off and you're like, oh, I don't believe in that hustle thing. Everybody grind. That's how burnout happens, blah, 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 blah. If you listen to us or you know us, you know that we are very much a great and grace, right? We are all about, like, you know, I don't believe in work-life balance, but I do believe that there is a place for some rest. There is a place for time with your family, like Kylee was saying. But here's the thing, folks. A lot of people want to forget that America was built on
hustle
work,
culture.
on hustle.
Heck
How
yeah.
do things get done? Things get done by those who hustle, those who work. There is nothing that gets done when you're laying on your couch on a Sunday watching Netflix. Should you do it once a year? Maybe you should. But if there are bills to pay, if there are kids to take care of, if there are things to do, if you want to build an empire, if you want your life to be better, you gotta work. Everything in life that is worth having, you have got to work. And I don't know what this outline in my lap says, but
because she's at her third energy drink after getting off a plane at 2 a.m. So go with us here, folks. Just enjoy the ride, yo. Today is an experience.
Just strap in, because we're gonna go down the roller coaster. Because here's the thing. Everything worth having, everything great worth having, you have to work hard for. You have to work hard for. You have to work if you want things. You want a good relationship? You got to work at it. You got to date your spouse. You got to give some compliments. You got to take care of each other. You got to show up for each other. You want a business? Y'all, it's a grind. I don't care what your business is. You have to work to build it, to make it better, and to keep taking care of it. Even when it comes down to yourself.
Yeah.
Self-care, y'all. If you want to talk about self-care, it's still work. I still have to get up and brush my teeth and take a shower. And I have to, if I want a massage, guess what? I got to get in my car. I got to drive myself to the place. I have to work to get the money to pay for the massage. So I'm going to get back to the script. The point is...
She gone, y'all. She gone.
The point is, you can't cancel hustle culture, because if you don't hustle, there's nothing. There is nothing. If we are all lazy bumps on the logs, there's nothing.
Okay, so really I think what we need to unpack very briefly is the catalyst for this discussion. As our regular listeners know, we are Andy Frisella fans, and he is all about the hustle. And I think just before we get started, there's a difference between being busy and hustling.
Yes.
Because there's plenty of hustlers who make a ton of money, and they, you know, I don't want to say they sit on the couch, but they're not running around being crazy. They know how to do it. They work smarter, not harder. So again, like Trisha says, before you turn this off, like, this is not an episode where we talk about grind, because nobody wants to live that. Are there days where everybody has to put in a 14-hour day? Sure. Even if you work at a job 9 to 5, you usually have something that you do outside of work that you're working on, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about ambition, determination, grit, striving for success, having a vision of what success looks like for you and what a great life looks like for you, and then taking consistent action. You have to take consistent action if you want to bring your dreams to life, if you want to chase down those dreams. Like I just got back, like Kylee said, from an 8-day road trip with Trent where we flew to Pittsburgh. He had a hockey camp. I'm training for a marathon. And a lot of the things that I posted, I hashtagged when dreams collide, because he has a dream. He has a dream of playing hockey and getting to the next level and getting to the next level. And I have dreams of building an empire and running marathons. And there's no reason that either of us have to sacrifice the other one's dreams to make it happen. Our dreams can collide and we can work towards those things together because we both have that ambition and that determination and that no quit mentality, that whether we're on a plane or we're on a road or we got to get a car or a train or whatever we got to do, we're going to do those things to make it happen, because we know that when we work hard, because we've watched ourselves do it, right? When Trent started, Trent was awful. Trent got failed skating. When we put him on ice skates, they failed him. They failed him over and over again. He couldn't even ice skate. He could not even ice skate. And now
he was also an infant. I would like to point that out, which is why he couldn't freaking ice skate.
Right, but he stands in the goal against professional goalie players now in the off season. Pros. And that's not to say like my kid's better than yours or he's so amazing. He has tons of work to do. He has a long road ahead.
Amazing, so.
But the point is, he doesn't give up. He has that ambition, that determination. Same with me. There was a point in time where the Facebook post comes up on my Facebook every single year, and it reminds me the first day I put on some shoes and tried to go quote unquote running. And all it was walk for 1 minute and then walk quickly for 1 minute. And my post was like, I taste blood. This is awful. And now I'm going to run 3 marathons this year. And again, it's not to, it was terrible.
But truly, that is what the hustle is all about. So going back when we were trying to think of what we wanted to share with the world, share with our listeners, what is on everybody's mind, what's going on. So there's this movement to really kind of crap all over this hustle mentality. And like Trisha said, the reason why it's important, and I could go down so many political rabbit holes and things that are going on of why this is happening and why this movement is mobilizing right now. But we are going to save that for K Kizzle After Dark. But I really, when you shared with me, so she put a post up about how she, day in the life or whatever it was, and you just had like your rock sessions. You were like, I'm up, I did this. She had a whole bullet list of all kinds of shit she did all day because she does stuff, right? And then a mutual friend, I think you said, or someone that very same day, and I think you said like it wasn't targeted at what you had posted, so to speak, but they had basically said,
if you did nothing but get up today and breathe, you're winning.
Right. And Trisha like threw up in her mouth. And because it's trash.
It's trash. And don't get me wrong. I don't mean like if you have a mental health problem or, you're suffering from depression. I'm not saying that. If you are able-bodied and like Trisha said, you got stuff to do, get up and do those things. Yeah. Don't give yourself. Here's my problem. People want to quit hustle culture, and not because they can't do things, because they want to be lazy and give themselves the excuse to not work hard. Well, I deserve a break. I deserve life balance. I deserve this. You know what? And until you got $1 million in the bank, you don't deserve shit. I'm sorry. I think that's the first time I've sworn on our podcast, but like seriously, stop giving yourself the easy way out.
Yeah.
Raise the bar, level up. You will rise. You will rise to the level that you set for yourself. Your children will rise to the level that you set for them. And if you don't raise the bar for yourself, and you don't raise the bar for your children, and you don't raise the bar for your employees, guess what? You're getting nowhere. You are getting nowhere. You're going to stagnate and you're going to die.
Oh, shit. Mic drop. That's the end of the whole damn show. Holy Moses. So like Trisha said, we're not talking about the type of activity that causes burnout and stress, but we have to recognize, like, you know, like Trisha said, it's about having a vision, setting goals, overcoming obstacles, and we can't forget the impact that this mentality has had on, like Trisha said, the founding of our country, the founding of so many iconic businesses and companies that have resonated with, you know, that have helped, that have built. I think that's what we keep coming to. Hustlers build stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. How many... Every business that is existing started as a startup, right? And that entrepreneur had a relentless pursuit of their idea, of their dreams, of their goals that everybody laughed at and everybody said was impossible. And they kept grinding morning, noon, and night, day after day, rain or shine. And now what do we have? We have amazing technology. We have amazing science. We cure diseases. We do amazing things. Like when you think about the world, from antibiotics, you know,
right,
from simple things that you use every single day. Like, I want you to think about this right now. You are listening to a podcast, okay? Me and Kylee at some point in time sat in my house and talked out loud, and now you are listening to it on your phone or your computer. Guess what? That didn't happen by somebody sitting on their couch eating potato chips, watching TV. You wouldn't even have TV or potato chips or a couch if people didn't work and hustle. So, like, come on, guys, we have to remember that. And we have to remind ourselves of that. Anything great is gonna take work. We can't cancel hustle culture, or we are canceling innovation. We are canceling entrepreneurship. We are canceling any sort of movement forward in our lives, in our world, for our future generations. If you want to rest, go ahead and rest. But guess what? You're doing your children and you're doing the future a disservice by not capitalizing on your gifts, your dreams, your goals. And I will tell you what, there are so many people that came before us that worked so hard and sacrificed and risked their lives, you know, to work hard and make a way for you. It wasn't long ago that women couldn't vote. You know what? Some women had to burn their bras and hustle to be able to get women the right to vote.
That's true.
How did we end slavery? Dr. Martin Luther King had to have a march and tell I had a dream. Like, all of these things are built on people that would not stop, that would not quit, that worked. And if you don't do that, you are doing a disservice to all of those who worked before you and paved a way for you to be able to have the right and the opportunity to do the same for future generations.
Boom. I love it. And the other thing that we had written down is...
None of this was written down. I'm sorry.
None of this. She's off script.
Coming.
Listen, y'all, I don't even know what to do with her today. She is her own thing. Celebrating small victories, right? Because we talk about burnout, we talk about, you know, overstressed, overworked, you know, and we have to hustle. We have to have a healthy hustle. And like Trish said, like, you're never going to find like work-life balance, right? But there is space where you can live, where you shouldn't be burnt out, where you shouldn't be killing yourself. And I think that a great motivator is looking and saying, yeah, these are some small victories, but what happens when you take a bunch of small things? When you take a bunch of $1 bills, if you've got a barrel of $1 bills and you add them all up, you've got $3,000, right?
Yeah, and when we say hustle culture, it's an inspiration to not settle for mediocrity. Hustle culture is just encouraging a growth mindset, a willingness to learn and adapt, continuously, right? So when I talk about like, hustling, working day and night, again, and not having work-life balance, there are times where I do work day and night. There are other times where I say, okay, what are the two most important things that I can do today that will move the needle forward? And those are the two most important things. And again, we were just talking, between the break and between podcasts about our whoops. I also prioritize sleep. I sleep 8 hours a day. I also make sure I'm going next week and I'm taking my family on a vacation, So you can hustle in just your pursuit of a great life without feeling like you're on fire all the time. We're just saying, don't settle. Don't be mediocre. Don't give yourself this out of, hustle is bad.
It's not.
It's not.
And remember, I don't even know why I have this. It's just gone now. In a nutshell, we're not standing for it. We're not supporting it. I'm over cancel culture by itself on its face. But we will not be canceled, people. The hustlers will continue to hustle. We should probably get up and do the hustle right now.
Do the hustle.
Oh, I'm sorry. Every day I'm hustling.
Here we go.
We went super OG on that first one.
Oh my gosh. All right. So the last thing we're going to do is encourage a healthy hustle. One that values self-awareness,
self-care,
boundary setting, celebrating small victories along the way, and remembering that the journey to success isn't always easy, but it is always fulfilling and rewarding, and it's what moves this world forward. So if you don't want to work for yourself, work for the future generations. Work for your children to have a better life, to set a better example, to make the world a better place.
And that's it for this week, y'all. I hope you had a great time. Please share this wherever you're listening. Share the show. Send it in a text to a friend. Share it on Facebook, Instagram. We super appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. We want them to do that, right? And if you ring that little bell on YouTube, it'll tell you when we drop new episodes, which is every single Thursday.
We thank you so much for joining us today on the Elite Live with Trish and Kylee. Be sure to share the episode with a friend so we can continue bringing you more great tips on grit, grace, and real estate. You can also connect with us on Instagram, Facebook. We hope the ideas we share continue to help you build an empire and leave a legacy.